as a reporter in season. What do you think about her career in the news?
Season 3, when we start, at least she's really throwing herself into Supergirl. Obviously, the end of season 2 kind of shook things up for Kara, and she's dealing with a lot of darker feelings than we're used to seeing her deal with. I think she's got a lot of grief for losing Monel. So Supergirl is kind of her main priority, and Catco is sort of up in the air. Like, for the first time, I think she's questioning Kara Danvers in her life as opposed to Supergirl.
So Supergirl stopped the Daxamite invasion, but Cadmus is still out there. We'll see more of them, and Lily and Luthor.
Lily and Luthor still at large, and I'm sure they will be coming back.
What about the relationship between you and Lena? Because even though we've kind of seen that she has a longer end game, you guys seem to be becoming very good friends. How is that?
That's, I think, one of the most important relationships in the show. It's two strong females. They can relate to each other really well in terms of family, in terms of what they've been through, and Lena is overcoming a lot of her family history. Time will tell, I think, where that goes, and it's obviously a really precarious balance because a Super and a Luthor don't typically like each other. But I believe Lex and Superman were very close friends before things kind of went south. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens with Lena. If Lena ever found out Kara was Supergirl, I think it would be a problem.
So Supergirl's costume is iconic, and we've seen on the CW shows they kind of tweak the costumes every once in a while. Have they approached you about tweaking the costume at all?
They did, and someone mentioned wearing a unitard, like a full suit pants. I am so comfortable in that suit, and it's so ingrained in who she is to me, and I feel like so much of her identity as Supergirl relies on that suit. I don't want to change it. You know what? It's perfect to me as is.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I mean, I love Wonder Woman. Like, I think all of us at this table could say Gal Gadot is amazing, Linda Carter is amazing. She's amazing in the comics. I don't know who else. Black Widow is pretty cool, and I was always a big fan of Scarlet Witch.
One of my favorite things is when you get to play evil Kara. I just think, first of all, her makeup looks way better.
Yeah, her makeup's fun.
It's like way more fun. Do you think we'll get some more moments like that where we'll just see a completely different side of Kara?
Yeah. As this, in a more subtle way this season, she is much more matter of fact, and she's kind of grappling with her identity. This whole year is about, from what I've seen in season 3 and what I've heard, it's about identity and knowing who you are, and she wants to decide, is she a human or an alien? And she's much more business-like as Supergirl. Not evil, but more adult.
And for you, what's that like to play? It's like a completely, not a completely, but a different version of your character where like these darker aspects.
I think that's the logical progression. I want to explore all the depths of Kara Zor-El as I can, because I want to show the complexities as much as I can in her wearing the cape of being a woman, and what it takes to balance it, what it feels like to be human. And there's so many complexities to explore. So any facet of her I can is a joy.
Is there anything you can tell us about Kara and Alex's relationship? Like, they continue to evolve and they're always supportive of each other. But they also clash a lot. Is there anything that you can tell us about the next season?
Well, that's what's so great about sisterhood, is that women can simultaneously support each other and disagree and talk about it, and really, like, they're both so stubborn as characters. So you'll keep seeing that, because Kara and Alex are both so strong-willed and bullheaded. So the love between I'm grateful.
Have you? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, are we gonna see scenes of them on the couch? Because they're pretty classic. In the fun
Couch scenes, yes. We'll have more couch scenes this season. Don't worry.
So, Kara, I know, is going to go through some dark moments in season 3, figuring out her identity. Will Cat Grant's words in the finale still resonate with her in the next season?
I think everything Cat Grant has ever said to her stays with her. It's funny that she needs her sometimes to come back and pop in and remind her, though. But yeah, I definitely think any advice she's ever gotten from Cat Grant has shaped who she is onto this point.
Oh, that's